Hey sunshines, welcome back to another highlight of my life. If you are new here, my name is Stephanie. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the little bell button so you can be notified whenever I post another highlight. So today's gonna be a very chill sit down. I got my oversized Selena sweater on, I got some shorts on, and I'm just on my bed chilling. If you guys don't already have my Instagram, please go check that out. It is highlight of my life. 2 underscores. I posted on there on Christmas Eve that Jonathan and I are expecting. We're extremely happy. I don't want to give away too much because I asked you guys to ask me a few questions on my story. I'm going to be answering a few of those questions plus some questions that I just, Googled. So that's pretty much that. And then please stay tuned to the end because I do have a little bit of footage to my family's reaction. I didn't get everyone's reaction that I wanted to because, not everyone wanted to be filmed or some of them were just spur of the moment. So I didn't get their reactions. Please stay tuned to the end so that you can go ahead and watch those reactions. So let's jump right in. The first question is, what made you take the test and what were your first symptoms? So my first initial, I think I'm pregnant, was that I missed my period. That's the number one indicator always, I feel like. But besides missing my period, I felt and also in the New York, shopping for New York vlog that I posted, in that video, almost every time we paused the camera, I would tell Jonathan, I'm like, babe, I don't know what it is. We need to get a pregnancy test because every time that I eat something, it doesn't make me nauseous. It doesn't make me want to vomit or, any of that stuff. It literally I felt like it just sat at the pit of my stomach and it didn't sit right. It didn't make me not want it anymore. It didn't make me sick. It just felt very, very weird. So that was one of the number one things. Second, there was one day that I slept, I kid you not, I fell asleep maybe 11 p.m. and I slept till 3 in the afternoon. So, I do like to sleep a lot, but that was a lot. I don't sleep that long. I took a pregnancy test by myself because I did have one in the house. It was probably maybe 4 or 5 days late on my period. So I took it by myself. It came up negative. I was really sad. And then the time that I was with Jonathan, I was like, let's take one. I took one already and it came out negative, but I really feel like I might be pregnant. It's been a week. It was almost a little bit over a week. And I just basically told him, I'm like, I really, really, really feel like I'm pregnant, so we need to take one. So we went and bought a pregnancy test. So I go, I take the test, it comes out negative, and then I come to the room and I'm just and he instantly was like, it's okay. If it's not meant to be just yet, then it's not meant to be. So then, 2 weeks now, 2 weeks of missed period. Mind you, every single day that I missed my period, every morning I would have cramps in my lower abdomen, but there would be no period. I would wake up and go to the bathroom and I would use the bathroom and nothing. And then the next day, same thing. And it just kept on repeating. And I'm like, oh my God, another day without a period. Every single day that passed by, I was beyond excited. You guys do not understand how long I wanted a baby. So then one day I actually worked an overnight shift at work. And it was a very emotional shift, to say the least. And it wasn't emotional because of the job or anything. It was clearly my hormone because I left the next morning, because it was an overnight. I left the next morning crying, just feeling very overwhelmed, feeling I didn't do as good as I could have. And long story short, and I was like, why am I crying right now? So I was very confused. So I went home, and mind you, I got home at 7 o'clock in the morning, exhausted, just wanting to go to sleep. And I went to go take a shower, and right before I got in the shower, I was like, let me take one. I don't understand why I'm so emotional right now. Let me take one. So I took one, and it was one of the ones that was like, it makes like a plus sign if it's positive, and then of course just one line across making it negative. So as soon as I took it, like the negative popped up like right away, and I was like, oh, another negative. Like, you know, I was really sad, but again, leaving it up to God. Just, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. So I get in the shower, and then I get out, and there's a plus sign. And I'm very, very blessed, you know, and I have not felt closer to my faith and to God than I do now after this. And, you know, so it was just a lot that I was feeling, and I was like, oh my God, like, and I never filmed it. I wish I still had the footage of how many negatives I filmed for you guys. Like, I have been like, oh my God, if, you know, if we do get pregnant, I want to film it, I want to vlog it, like, you know, whatever. Like, it's a really big thing and something that we've wanted for a really long time. So I'm like, yeah, you know, let's film it. And I filmed so many negatives, and this time it's a positive, and I had no footage of it. But that was for me. That moment was for me, not for anything, not for any social media platform. That was for me. But yeah, that was pretty much that. I know that was a really, really long answer to that question. That might be the longest one, I promise. But yeah, so the main symptoms that I was having, and that was what made me take the test. And it took 3 tests before I got a positive. So just imagine how I was feeling when I finally got that positive. How did you tell Jonathan and your family? So for starters, I want to just say like who I told first. And most of you might say, you know, Jonathan, like, why wouldn't you tell the father of the baby first, right? Well, Jonathan was at work, and I was also going to be at work pretty much all evening until about, I think I got off at 11 o'clock at night, getting me home at around midnight. And I work about an hour away from home. So I had to keep this in me, this secret in my mind and in my heart for the whole day. So I was like, I can't do that. Like, there's no way. But I also said, I can't tell a friend, you know what I mean? Like, before the father of my child. And then I didn't want to tell anyone in New York, because we literally found out a week before going to New York. And I was like, I don't want to tell anyone because I want to tell them in person. So I called my dad. My dad is the number one man in my life. Him and my grandfather, because my grandfather is the one who raised me. So because my dad is in Puerto Rico, number one, I had to tell him over the phone no matter what, because he lives so far. And second, it's like, if I'm gonna tell anyone before Jonathan, it's gonna be my dad. So I called my dad, and I told him, I'm like, hey, so did you tell anyone I was going to New York? He's like, no, why? Did they say something? I'm like, well, no, but since I know you know how to keep a secret, I have another secret for you. And he goes, you're pregnant. And like instantly I just started crying, and I'm like, yes, I am. And, you know, like, I was so happy. He was beyond happy. And like, my dad has always been very, very old school. He's not into like getting your nails and your hair done and your eyebrows done and having boyfriends and things like that. But because he already knew of my boyfriend, and like we've been together for so long, he would always call me and be like, so when are you gonna give me a grandchild? So, you know, like, he was very open to it. But I was like, you guys do not understand how happy I was, because back in the day, Dad would have been like, what? Who? Like, when did this happen? Like, you know what I mean? And I was just so happy that I was able to tell him and it be like amazing news to him. So next person to know was Jonathan. And I do have the video footage. It's a little, how do I say it? The camera wasn't in the right position, so I do apologize for that, but you guys are gonna see that towards the end. But yeah, so he was the next one to know. I got a little card, and I got 2 more pregnancy tests, And I took those two before telling him, and I surprised him with the card and with the test. And my family, I told in New York, which you're gonna see a little bit of footage in that. But I basically got like little onesies, like baby onesies, and off of Pinterest, I got like different ideas, and then I created the ideas, and then I printed them and I ironed them on. My sister-in-law helped me iron them on to the onesies, and then I basically surprised my family with the onesies. The next question, oh, my legs are falling asleep. Whew. All right, so the next question is, how far along are you? I am 15 weeks now. When I found out, I was 4 weeks. I was a full month when I found out. I found out on November 1st. And now I am 15 weeks and a day, and the baby is the size of a pear. The next question is, how are you feeling? Morning sickness, and how are you dealing with it? Please don't be mad at me, ladies who have gone through morning sickness, but I did not have any morning sickness. I can literally eat whatever I want. I have not thrown up once. I have not felt nauseous. I haven't, nothing. Like, I literally have nothing. Like, there's no symptom that I'm pregnant besides still being tired, because I still get very, very tired. I sleep a lot more than normal, and I normally sleep a lot, so that's a lot. But that's pretty much it. Like, I don't feel anything. I just have a bump. Number 7, what are you most excited about during your pregnancy? I'm excited about finding out the gender. Like I said, I'm 15 weeks, so in 5 more weeks, I will know the gender. But my appointment won't be until about, I think I'll be 22 weeks when I have that appointment. So yeah, I won't find out for another about 7 weeks, which kind of sucks. Next, do you know the sex and what do you want? So as I just stated, I do not know the sex of the baby. I want a healthy baby. That's going to be my number one answer, always. But of course, there's always a preference in a boy or a girl. I've always wanted a boy, like always wanted a boy, and I still want a boy. But when I think about having a girl and like dressing her up and doing her hair and like, you know, just a little mini me, like, who doesn't want that? So like, either way, I'm still leaning towards a boy, but I will be so happy with a girl. So either way, I'll be very, very, very grateful. Next, are you scared about labor? Hell yeah. I am terrified about labor. I'm gonna be completely honest, because since I was young, my doctor told me, and this is the best way to describe it, I have a mental on and off switch. Or I should say an off switch, because I don't necessarily indicate when I'm going to turn back on, but I know when I'm going to turn off. And so basically, if I go through a shock, or if I go through pain or anything like that, or fear, I pass out. I always have this fear that I might not be strong enough for labor. But I mean, you know, we'll see what happens. Leads into our next question: natural or medicated? Medicated AF. Like, I am taking an epidural. I don't care what nobody says. And I know that the epidural hurts, or, you know, people say that it hurts, but I don't care. Like, I will take it, because pushing a baby out, I'm sure is going to hurt a lot more than a needle, even though this needle is going into your spine. But I don't know. Either one is going to hurt, but I think I'd rather, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I got to do some more research. But as of right now, medicated for sure. Next, what are you most looking forward to after your pregnancy? Meeting my baby. Duh. Like, I cannot wait to meet my baby, regardless of what I'm having, boy, girl. I can't wait to just meet my baby, play with them, teach them, like, just, everything. Next one is, do you plan on breastfeeding? Yes, I definitely do. It's just, I feel like it's the most inexpensive way. It's probably it's the healthiest way. Like, there's many benefits to breastfeeding. Even if it's not the physical contact breastfeeding, I still plan on pumping when I'm not able to physically breastfeed. And then of course pumping just in general, because I'm not always gonna be there to breastfeed. So I don't want the baby to be used to the breast, to say. And then it's like, when you try to feed her out of a bottle, she or he is not gonna want that. So, you want to definitely get them used to the breast milk, but in other ways other than physical. And that pretty much concludes the questions. If there are any questions that I missed or that you're interested in knowing, just leave them in the comments below and I'll just answer them in the comments. I'm not gonna make another video about it. And I really hope you guys enjoy the videos of my family finding out. And yeah, just please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little bell button so you can be notified whenever I post another highlight. Sorry the video is a little long, but I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.
Where the money at? Where the money at? Are you sure?
I'm not trying to look at it. It's just paper. There's nothing in here. Oh.
Sangara is a prank.
No way.
I was literally praying over your wounds.
Wow, I got it.
This whole week I was praying something about fertility. God bless you. You're gonna be such a good mommy. Oh, I'm so happy. God is good. Oh my gosh, I knew it.
I was just talking about this the other day. Literally, I was talking about the other day. Yo, me and Stephanie gotta catch up.
I love you.
I'm opening it. Oh, wait.
That's fine. Get the fuck out of here!
Look at somebody again.
Here I go,
Yeah. Cuando diga 1, 2, 3, quiero que digan Stephanie está preñada. Look at Frank.
I got you a little something. Yeah, because I've just been so stressed out. Because I've been so stressed and you've been with me and helping me and just being my baby. now, but sit right here. So first, I want you to read the card, and then you can have your gift. And I really hope you like it. I hope you love it.
He's an amazing animal.
First, read that, and then the card.
Hey, Chris.
He's looking good.
Yeah, he is. He's really rebounded much better than I think we all expected so quickly.
Tundra's an old bear, so every day he wakes up and he's feeling good, he wants to go on exhibit. That's a good day for Tundra. But we have to keep in mind that he is 26 years old, and he's not going to live forever. We've had polar bears at the box the open The polar bear exhibit is one of the oldest exhibits that we have because it was renovated back in the 60s. While it's perfectly fine for Tundra as a living
Baby, we did it.
the breeding pair raising all. So Tundra will be the last polar bear that we have for a very long time.
Shit better be real.
No, I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise. I just took them right now. I took one this morning. I swear to everything. I love you.